What's up? How we doing? What's up, Cayman? Yeah, man, clean sweep. Yep. I know it was a crazy night last night, man. Social media was bonkers. It still is today. Social media is crazy today. So all the memes and especially the UFC memes with like Rogan and that shit's funny. So definitely funny. But how's everybody doing, man? I got a video dropping actually. It went up yesterday for members only, and I think it'll be live today. Actually, I'll probably just drop it right after this live on Stipe Miocic, John Jones. It's not my prediction video, but it's just my thoughts, like as of right now, because I'm hearing a lot of different like narratives, a lot of different things, and I'm like, dude, people are like sleeping on Stipe, man. Like, I don't understand this. Like, where's this Stipe stuff coming from, man? Like people are like hating on Stipe, dude, you know? What's up, Craze? How you doing, man? Um, MAGA boy's up right now. What's up, Weary? What's up, BG? How you doing? Yeah, by spinning back. Yeah, he hit him with the Shara double spinning back fist. I just don't understand like how people like didn't really understand like what was actually going on with like the world. Like it was they had like all these Democratic candidates like warning Democrats, like, dude, like these people are fucking nuts. They're nuts. They're not, they're not your normal Democratic Party. And then I love like when you have the conversation, like, Kamala never got any votes. So they just like installed her. She was a puppet. And I'm like, they're like, Trump's a threat to democracy. I'm like, that's a threat to democracy. She got no votes. They just like, they put her in place. You know what I mean? And she did way worse than Biden. And I'm like, I don't know, man. The world is crazy, dude. The world is absolutely crazy. So $180. Would you gamble or bet on it? Two-time champ, 2-0 against yeah, he took out Hillary and Harris now. Yeah. You posted Trump with a belt Photoshop on my personal lost their shit. Like in a good way. I didn't see it come up. Dude, on BG, like on Meta, I stopped kind of using I'm basically all on X now, guys. So like if I don't know if everyone on here is on X, but that's the best place to find me. I'm trying to like build my Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. I'm sick of Meta, dude. Ever since I posted like something, I think it was like pro Trump, whatever, a while ago, like my account has not been the same. Like posts will like get taken down, then be it back up, taken down, back up. My account's been like shadow banned sometime. Like I don't know what's been going on. My Instagram's been weird. It like unfollows people, and then like people like it like removes like followers. It's been some crazy shit going on ever since I did that. So I don't know, man. What's up, Tehran? How you doing, man? I still gotta watch that video. Man. Won the House Senate as well. It's over. Yeah, I saw a lot of I saw what is it? Tim Sheehy. He was pretty cool over in Montana. He's like a former Navy SEAL. He was running. I saw he won. I'm not familiar with I know Jim Justice for West Virginia. I didn't see like all the states. I wasn't too big into like the Senate thing. I was more worried about. I mean, I know it's important because then like in order to get shit done, you have to have people that like align with what you're trying to do. So, what's up, Rocco? How you doing, man? There's still time to come to Team Oliveira, man. Look, I like Charles Oliveira, man, but I don't know if you guys saw that on X, but Michael Chandler and I like we got to sit down on my channel at some point and talk. Like Michael Chandler and I go back. So we'll have to see how much he remembers. So I don't want to talk too much and act like I'm buddy with Michael Chandler, but dude, I've been like when I tell you like I have been supporting Michael Chandler since like Michael Chandler was fucking nobody in MMA. Like nobody. And that's why I always laugh because I'm like, people are like, Michael Chandler's got no technique, no fight IQ. I'm like, you guys are new, man. I'm like, the Michael Chandler that you see nowadays is way more technical than what Michael Chandler used to be. Like Michael Chandler, when he first fought in Bellator, they were doing like events outside, like in the octagon. It was like outside. Dude, he had no technique. He was just like, that was his fighting style, dude. Like he had zero technique back then. And he was basically just a wrestler that would just move forward. And it was, yeah. So and then he had like this whole like like the phone type of thing where he would like text people and audio messages. Like I was a young kid and Michael Chandler was like one of my fight camps. He basically helped me with diet through it. Like Michael Chandler is that dude, man. Like he's a, people have been hard on him and whatever, but from the experiences I've had with Michael Chandler, he's been a great dude. He's been a great dude to me. It was on your personal or yeah, oh, what's meta? Yeah, who gives a fuck about meta at this point? It is what it is. What's up, brother? Max Holloway. I like that. What's up, brother? It is what it is. And he loves to go, it was on your personal IG. I was quiet for months on there. One Trump pic spiraled them. I got unfollowed and called an immigrant, like where I immigrant from the hospital in Boston. Yeah, like people are crazy. Like there were people posting like Harris shit, and I'm like, whatever, but I'm not removing people or like sending them nasty DMs. And they were the party of joy, right? And they were so fucking mean, like always sending me mean shit. Like, I don't know. Hamzat basically was supporting Trump too. I was gonna, I was gonna put out a post, but I was like, maybe too soon. I was like, if you guys don't know what to, if you guys are unsure on the policies, like Trump will let Hamzat back in if there's issues with the travel stuff, which I don't know that there are. Like, and I've heard some interesting rumors that Hamzat is like married to Kadyrov's daughter. I don't know if that's like true. I was reading some comments on Brendan Schaub's podcast, and that's what people were saying, and like people were confirming. Like it's been very quiet, but I'll tell you what like kind of makes me like think that might be true is on YouTube, and I think on Kadyrov's Instagram, which by the way, like people were giving me shit because I follow Kadyrov on there, but they had like a video. He was like at Hamzat's wedding. Like, why would he be at Hamzat's wedding? Like, I know Hamzat's like from like he's Chechen, but like I don't know. Like, so that's what I heard. I don't know how true that is. Um, yeah, people are crushing Holloway, man. They are, yeah. No way is there a potential interview with Chandler. Like, I don't know. He said he said we got to sit down and talk about it sometime. So I don't know. That was on my I don't know if you have Twitter, but yeah, that was on there. Do I pay for Meta? God, no. No, no, no. No, I do for X. I just like the other day did the subscription because I was worried about the election. I was like, I want to at least get locked into like I'm just doing the month by month because I don't know if I'm going to keep it. But I got so irritated like because I'm trying to like talk about like fight stuff and I don't have enough characters. And I'm like, that's so annoying. And plus like it like gives you some other features like the AI, the analytics and all that kind of stuff. So I'm like actually like trying to build the profile, like, cause you can get monetized on there. And so it's like, I'm doing YouTube, but I would like to have that also. Cause I just like the platform. I think it's great. He said, I remember when he took over, I was like, I felt he was going to do a good job. And a lot of people were like, oh, he's going to ruin it. I'm like, I think it's a pretty damn good platform. What's up, Inacio? What do I think is next for Caio Borralho? You feel like middleweight is going to be the most stacked division in 1 or 2 years? I think right now you could argue that maybe it is the most stacked right now. It's the most exciting possibly right now. I think he gets a top 5 fight next. I don't know who that is. Maybe he fights Robert Whitaker. Maybe he fights Adesanya. Maybe he fights Imavov. I don't know. It depends on kind of how they mix and match there. Chandler still doesn't deserve a number contender fight against Olives after waiting for a fight that's never going to happen. Yeah, like I don't know. I didn't like that how Chandler was waiting around. Like I didn't like that either. But I think that it was the UFC's way of being like, we feel bad for you, Michael. Here's a big name. Like I don't know, but again, like if Charles beats Chandler, to me, like Chandler's a bigger name than the other people that were going to give Charles. What was Charles going to fight? Rafael Fiziev? Who's he going to fight? You know what I mean? Like he's already fought Arman. Arman's probably fighting Islam. Who's he going to fight? You know what I'm saying? So there's not a lot of options. And I think Michael Chandler, like that was a great fight. It's going to be a great fight. Someone's getting finished, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know who he's married to. I don't know. I was reading some comments. I want to make that clear. Like, I don't know what's real and what isn't. Like, I was just seeing people talking about that he's married to Kadyrov's daughter. I have no idea. I don't know for sure, though. You want to see Holloway fight the winner of Chandler and Oliveira? That's possible. Very, very possible. Very possible that happens. Yeah, Ramzan, he does treat Hamzat like a son. Yeah. And his kids were we're at the fights, I think, or in his corner for maybe it was the Usman something like that. And they fight, by the way. Brendan Schaub's like, they don't even have any martial arts experience. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. In-person interview with Chandler gonna break X's mind. Yeah. I mean, I don't yeah, probably I guess it would I don't know what we would do. If we got that to happen, that'd be cool. It'd probably be like, through here, but I don't know. Hamzat versus or Shavkat versus Hamzat at 185. Who wins? Hamzat. What's up, Raheem, by the way? Who do I think Moreno should fight next? See, this is what I was saying about flyweight, man. Like I like Brandon Moreno a lot. He's still young, but we have the same matchups over and over and over again. And I'm tired of it, dude. Like, that's why I'm like Pantoja. Like, if he's going to beat Kai Asakura. I almost said Asakura. He's going to beat Kai Asakura. He is. Like, he probably is. Right. So then what do you have? You have another rematch with somebody we've already seen. Like, dude, like, we don't want to see that, I don't know. Who do you think Moreno should fight next? Oh yeah, that's what I was just saying. That I don't know, maybe Kai Kara France or something. I don't know. I don't know. You'll never pay for Twitter. People have their reasons. So yeah, and then also to be monetized, you have to have a paid account, a monetized account. Or like you have to be a subscriber of the platform. So yeah, it kind of works that way, unfortunately. It was funny looking at Twitter, seeing people slowly realize their side has zero chance. Always my favorite part of the election. Yeah, that people are crazy on X, man. Like people are, I don't know. If Chandler sleeps Charles, I'll be hurt. But a fight between Chandler and Islam would be insane, dude. Michael Chandler, if fights only were 1 round and 5 minutes only, he may be undefeated champ at 155. Like he is so dangerous and so explosive, man. Like he is. He's a dangerous fighter, man. I think that Islam beats him, but he has a shot against anybody because of his power and just how explosive he is. Looking like Chimaev's getting that visa, boys. Yeah, if there were some travel issues, yeah, I hope they could get that sorted out. What's up, SKR? How you doing, man? Yes, sir. What's up, Zach? How you doing, man? Just seeing me on the feed again. I don't know what's been going on. People have been telling me that Kamala ads are playing on my videos and shit, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if I'm being suppressed or I don't know. My channel's been growing, so I think that that's good. But Kadyrov has 6 daughters, by the way. I didn't know that. That man was busy. He was busy. The kids, the kids are in his corner for Whitaker and the Usman fight. Yeah, the one, what's his name, like Adam, I think, or something. He's like they train. I believe that they train. Would have loved to see Prime Chandler versus Islam. We'd have the best chance to fluke something because Chandler's such a problem in round 1. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, man. Like I agree. I agree. You think the UFC can get a few more fights out of Chandler like he's an entertaining fighter and his fights are always fireworks? Dude, that's what I'm saying. Michael Chandler, enjoy it while he's here. And the other thing about Chandler, man, that always, people can think what they want about the guy. What I can tell you is this. When you see someone that's in that kind of shape most of the time and is that dedicated like that, I immediately know 2 things about you. 1, you're incredibly dedicated. And 2, you're really consistent and reliable because in order to be like shredded like that all the time, man, like the dedication, diet, workout wise that takes, that tells you a lot about someone. You know what I mean? And like Michael Chandler, what's he, 38? But he's not your average 38-year-old. I mean, his hairline's starting to go a little bit, but outside of that, like Chandler takes fantastic care of his body and his health. Like he could fight until he's 40 something. I would say, but I don't think he will though because he's been making a boatload of money. Yeah, I don't want to see the same matchups anymore either. There's no one beating Hamzat at middleweight apart from maybe Dricus. I mean, yeah, it's going to be hard. It's going to be really hard, man. It's going to be hard to beat him. I just don't see, especially if they can't get past the first round. If you cannot make Hamzat, if you can't make it out of the first round, like I don't think anybody's beating him, and he's winning the first round damn near every time, Usman is training in Denver since Shavkat is coached by Killcliff. I think Shavkat shaved his head. It's happening. Yeah, well, Usman's been training in Denver, though. Like, he still stops by Killcliff to train a little bit, but he's been with Trevor Whitman for a while now. But he'll still have, like, Henry Hoof sometimes in his corner, but that's it. I mean, it's a good matchup. I just think it's fucked up because Usman, um, he's on a 3-fight skid. And I know one of them was short notice against Hamzat, so there's a little bit of an asterisk there. But I'm like, dude, you have guys that who was I going to say that should have fought him? You had Joaquin Buckley, who was on a tear. You had Ian Gary, who was on a tear. And I'm like, maybe they do that for an interim title, but then they book Gary versus Buckley for the fight night in Tampa. I'm like, that's a great matchup, you know? So, but they were always going to do Usman versus Shavkat. I knew that. I knew that. Like I think a lot of us talked about that. We knew that, man. And people are like, "Oh, Usman endorsed Trump, so he's going to get the title shot." It has nothing to do with that. The UFC does fit. You hear Dana talk about this all the time. Just like why Izzy walked back into a title shot, why Volkanovski will walk back into a title shot. If you do the UFC favors and you are a like even Kevin Holland, they'll take care of you financially and with title opportunities. If you step up on short notice and save, think about it. If Volk didn't step in on short notice and Usman didn't step in on short notice, 294 would have been fucked. You know how much money they would have lost? You know what I mean? Like they still would have had the event, but Abu Dhabi would have been pissed. Like that would have been a disaster. So like this goes upon favors, and the UFC rewards that, man. If you step up and save cards like that, it's the truth. I scrolled too far. The only way flyweight would have been alive again was Taira versus and Albazi winning, but now they're not seeing anyone beating the old dogs right now. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel, man. Like I thought Tatsuro Taira was going to be able to beat Brandon Royval. Like I really did. So that happening, that was a shocker to me. And then now it's like Kaya Sakura, if he loses to Pantoja, it's like we're right back in. But if he wins, I don't think they give Pantoja the rematch. They're going to be like, throw Brandon Moreno in there right now. You know what I mean? They're going to be like trying to newly matchmake. Chandler's a new fighter, 10 times Chandler. Yeah, I think he's definitely going to be better for sure. Chandler's 38 and relies on athleticism over skill, so I don't like his chances against any top level guys. But dude, he's so powerful though. When you're that powerful, you always have a chance. You got tired of seeing Kamala's crusty ass lips on my Twitter timeline. What's next for Blachowicz? So I was saying this before actually on a live. I think there were some issues with Poland and the US, and issues by I think that Poland was not happy with something the US did. So I was concerned about travel for Jan Blachowicz getting to the US. So some of these cards that are going to be taking place in the US, I don't know that those are going to be options with Jan, but now that there's an election, that's why I was like, dude, this election affects the UFC big time. Like it just does. Relationships with other countries, travel, like all sorts of different shit. So, Jan Blachowicz, I think he fights probably like, I don't know, because you got Alberg versus Volkan Oezdemir. Maybe he fights the winner there. That happens this month on that fight night. Maybe he fights Jamal Hill. Maybe he fights Yuri Prohaska. Maybe he fights Rakic again. They rebooked that fight. I don't know, because Jan Blachowicz is old. He's like, what is he, like 41? So I don't know. Chandler versus Islam is amazing. Chandler has the explosive wrestling to defend most of the takedowns. For how long though? For how long though? You know what I mean? And I think that Islam is he's a lot more clean technically with the striking than Chandler. What's up, Hank? Chandler has crazy energy. Even after a crazy brawl, he lights up the mic in his call outs. Yeah, he's entertaining, man. He's entertaining for sure. He's entertaining. The lightweight division has been stagnant since there's barely any shakeup at the top. 100%, dude. 100%. I agree. Hot take, you think Islam's wrestling kind of diminished? He became more of a striker with great wrestling, but I'm not seeing the same type of dominance. That's not a bad take. That's not a bad take. I think he's trying to be a little more entertaining maybe. He doesn't have the same type of grappling as Habib. Like, he still has that Sambo background, and he's still very good, but he's not, like, as dominant as Habib because, again, the styles are different. Habib was, like, very forward, pressure heavy, just get in your face, eat a couple shots just to get to the takedown, where Islam – he's like trying to stick and move and not get hit. So that affects your grappling, like the way you grapple as well, too. The UFC will be getting rid of fight kits, going back to the old days. I don't know that that's true. I like the Venom fight kits, honestly. I like the Venom fight kits. You're picking Oliveira by TKO round 2. I don't know, man. Maybe. Where's Leon at though? Dude seems like he disappeared after his loss to Bilal. Dude, I didn't think he just got dominated, and I don't think obviously he didn't expect that, you know? So I don't know. Yeah, he disappeared though. Islam is way better technical striking than Chandler, so he shouldn't even try to grapple. But as an Islam fan, I'll be fucking terrified the whole first round. Dude, that's exactly it. And the first round against Chandler, I mean, Chandler has basically hurt everybody he's fought in the first round, or everybody he's fought, period. He's hurt. He hurt Poirier, hurt Gaethje, KO'd Hooker, hurt Oliveira bad, almost had him out of there. We saw what he did to Ferguson. Every fight that Chandler has been in, he's had his opponent hurt inside the UFC. But yeah, I know it was weird against Tony. It was weird against Tony. He did get that was not that first round was not great. The UFC always takes care of Holland because he's always accepting fights on short notice. That's why they offered him, who was the number 4 at the time, Cannonier. 100%, dude. 100%. You're assuming they didn't announce Usman Shavkat yet because of the election, expecting to hear it drop ASAP. Yeah, I would imagine that we probably hear that in the next, what's today? Wednesday? Yeah, maybe we hear it this week, by the end of the week. DDP is basically Michael Chandler with fight IQ. Yeah, he's sort of similar. Yeah. You think Chandler has a chance to KO Ilya if he ever moves back up? I mean, I could see it, but I don't think that happens. I think Ilya is too technical, man. He's too good. Ilya is too good. If Pantoja loses, the UFC is going to try to never give him a title shot again. I know, dude. Like, he's walking on eggshells, man. Like, they cannot have Pantoja, or Pantoja can't lose, man, because they're not going to give him a rematch. But if you guys have not liked the stream yet, I would appreciate it if you could do that. We're 1 away from 10. I appreciate it. You'd like to see Yuri versus Jan in a fight night main event in Europe? That'd be fun. What's up, Klaus? How you doing? It's gonna suck when Dana retires. Who else is gonna shout out Aiden Ross on Trump's victory speech? Yeah, like Dana, we agree to disagree with Dana, man. But the one thing is, the dude's a workhorse, man. He is. You think I look like Joe Goldberg, the dude from You? Yeah, I like the Venom fight kits. I think they've done a great job with the Venom fight kits for sure. This light might sound crazy, but Islam getting slept early on in his career was the best thing to happen to him. His defense is elite because of that loss. Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, your L's teach you. When you win, you don't really, I mean, maybe you learn some things, but when you lose, that's when you really got to reflect and, make adjustments, Islam doesn't have great out in the open takedowns like Arman. He's the best in the clinch and uses his judo really well. Yeah, for sure. And again, very different. Like, everyone compares him to like Habib and this and that. He's very different. He's more of like a methodical, sit on the outside type of striker, and that affects your grappling too when you're that kind of style. You think Dan Hooker beats Chandler these days? Maybe. I mean, Chandler bullied him in his debut. Protest is about to catch a body this Saturday. Yeah, he might, man. He might. Unless Neil Magny somehow survives an early ass whooping and can weather the storm like what happened when he fought Mike Malott. But Protest is way better than Mike Malott, dude. Yeah, that clean, it was a right hook. Yeah, it was a clean right hook by Poirier. Yeah, that was nasty. Should all UFC main card fights be 5 rounds? No, they'd be forever. Just main events are usually always 5 rounds, so I like that. And then title fights. Yeah, not every not every, unless it's like a special like co-main like Hamzat Whitaker or Diaz Edwards or something like that. Like, nah. Unless it's 2 big names or something, I wouldn't do it. Or a huge name where everyone can't wait for the fight or something. Max Holloway versus Chandler. Who would I pick? Max Holloway. Without the weight cut, he'd be too fast for Chandler, dude. He just can't get hit. Though. DDP is a technical striker's nightmare. You back away, DDP starts stringing wonky combos together. You crash it on him. You try to counter. He goes for that takedown. You have to pick your poison. He also feints his blitzes. Yeah, he's got a hard style, man. I watched that Strickland versus DDP fight back the other day, and that's actually a really good fight, man. Like that's a good fight, and that's what you're saying is exactly right about DDP because you could see Strickland would try to move forward, and then DDP would blitz, and then Strickland would sit on the back foot for too long, and then he'd get blitzed. So yeah, DDP's got a very hard style to solve. Is Armin Islam confirmed? You saw some rumors online. It's signed for January in LA. Yeah, like Team Habib or something like one of those Instagram pages said that posted that was going to be happening. So we'll see. You got tickets to UFC Tampa. A little disappointed in the card. I haven't seen the card from top to bottom, but I like the main event though. I like the main event. Gary and Buckley. That'll be a good fight. Oh, I put out a long like tweet on Mike Malott, dude. I'm like, he is not that guy. Like the UFC was like trying to, I think, test the waters with him kind of being like the golden boy that they were going to promote, man. He's not that guy, dude. He's just not. He's so overrated. You know, I know not everyone thought Mike Malott was that guy, but he really is not that guy, in case you were wondering. He's not. He just isn't. He's a leg kick spammer. His boxing is atrocious. He doesn't have good takedown entries. There's a lot of holes in his game, to be honest with you. A lot of holes in his game, in my opinion. You know what I mean? That's my opinion. But people forget Chandler was low key beating Poirier with the wrestling until his low IQ kicked it and he gave up his back. Yeah, I know, man. He could have won that fight too. He could have won that fight, but Chandler's one of those guys that would rather be entertaining. I guess I don't know. You wish the UFC signed the Pitbull brothers? Yeah, like Patricio and Patricky from Bellator/PFL. Yeah, especially Patricio. Patricio is really good. Nurmagomedov's school posted Armin versus Islam 311 not confirmed in the making. Yeah, I mean, I really want to see that fight. I want to see Islam versus Armin too. I still think that Makhachev wins, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I think he still wins, but I still think that Armin is a hard fight though. Yeah, when he got TKO'd by a 45, and then also when he lost to Magny. Like, but I kind of gave that one a little bit of like a pass because I was like, he was whooping Magny's ass for 2 rounds and then just gassed. And I was like, him being on a main card, big moment in Canada, biggest moment of his career. I'm like, he's probably gonna have an adrenaline dump and he's gonna fatigue if you can't get him out of there. And that's kind of what happened. But I didn't think he was gonna get finished. Yeah, Canada hasn't been able to produce a like a top level guy since GSP. Chandler fought both of the Pitbull brothers. He fought Patricky first, KO'd him with a nasty right hand. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that. That right hand from Chandler that he landed on Patricky Pitbull. One of the nastiest straight right hand knockouts you'll ever see. I mean, it was a picture perfect lightning right hand. And then he fought Patricio for where Patricio went up to 55 to fight Chandler for a double champ opportunity. I think that was Chandler's second to last fight in Bellator. And he got clipped with a right hand behind the ear, and Patricio put him down. And Chandler was like, I think was thinking it was an early stoppage, but it was a good shot by Patricio. He has like that Davison Figueiredo style where he's like karate based and he kind of has his hand out and then just boom, sniped him with a right hand right behind the ear. With Gary Buckley booked, and let's say they do Shavkat Usman, does Brady fight JDM? Colby fights Burns, Leon versus Jorge? Actually, dude, Tersey, man, that's good matchmaking right there. That's probably how I would see it. I would see Brady versus JDM, 2 contenders. I could definitely see Colby versus Burns, 2 older guys. I like the fight. Maybe that'll headline like a fight night or something, or be on a pay-per-view main card. And then Leon versus Jorge. I mean, a grudge match. And then that way, if Jorge beats Leon, then they throw him into some sort of title fight or something. Because, like, they're going to try to probably push Jorge, man. You think Patricio Pitbull could probably match Elias power for power at 145? I don't know that I'd say that. That'd be a good fight, but I don't think anyone at 45 beats Elia, man. I don't think anybody beats him. Chandler's suplex on Benson was nasty. Yeah, it was, man. Did you see the second fight against Benson when he KO'd him? That was nasty too. Yeah, Brady would. Yeah, he would just maul JDM with the wrestling. So I don't know if the UFC is going to book that because I think that they want JDM to. They want JDM in the win column, so I don't think they book that fight. To be honest with you. Um, Chandler fought Benson Henderson twice in Bellator. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. What's up, Rudy? You think Jorge is washed? Yeah, so do I. So do I for sure. What's up? What's up, Muhammad? How you doing, my brother? Where are the UFC cards for January and February? Because now that Trump is the new president, we could see Hamzat in the USA. So, um, 312 is going to be in February, I believe. That or in February, that will be in Australia. 311, I think, is going to be in LA. And I think that that's going to be Islam Makhachev headlining the card there. So I think that we will see Islam versus Arman headline that card. 312 will probably be maybe Volk versus Diego Lopez for an interim belt. And then I could see UFC 313 would be Chimaev versus DDP. But I don't know where they would do that. I don't know. I don't know if they would do that in the US. Maybe they would. But yeah, it's definitely, to your point, Trump winning the election. That's why, like, I don't understand. Like, dude, Trump winning the election is fantastic for the UFC. Like, this is best case scenario for the U. Like, selfishly, if you're like, say you don't give a shit about politics or any of that, that's fine. For the UFC standpoint, it's amazing that Trump won because all of these like travel issues and this and that and relationships with other countries, we're going to get that sorted out. So, you know, Hamzat will be able to probably get over here, and these other fighters that I think haven't there been other fighters with some issues, so it should help. And then we can go. You know, I'm one of those fans. I don't really care where the events are, man. Like I just want great fights. Hey, I appreciate the 4.99 craze. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it, and thank you for always supporting. I appreciate it, bro. That means a lot. Thank you. I appreciate it. Um, Shout out to you, man, because you've been rocking for a while. I appreciate it. What do I think about Lopez and Elia? I think that they're probably going to do Volk versus Lopez, but I like Lopez versus Elia. I think it's a crazy first round, but if Lopez doesn't finish Elia early, he's getting destroyed. He's getting KO'd. I still think I don't think anyone beats Elia at 45. The only fighter that I could see beating Topuria, and that's a maybe, is Islam. I really believe that he is that good. I believe Topuria is that good, man. After seeing what Burns did to JDM, the UFC is going to keep Brady far away from him. 100%, dude. 100%. I agree. I agree. And Brady, like, he's a cool dude, but he's not marketable. So they're gonna tread lightly there. They're gonna tread lightly. Yeah, Ilya will probably have a Matt Serra style loss against someone like Dan Ige, or yeah, some loss that everyone picks Ilya and then he gets upset. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, Masvidal did age hella fast, man. He did. How do I think Bo versus Craig plays out? I think Bo should keep it on the feet because Craig wants to get the fight to the ground. Yeah, I think Paul Craig's striking is awful. Like for a guy that's been in the UFC for so long, you talk about someone who has not improved one bit in a certain area. Paul Craig's striking is not improved one bit, not even a, not even a little bit. Like maybe like a smidge, but it hasn't really. Like his striking looks the exact same to me since when he first started. And I think Bo, he's gonna get outstruck by Bo Nickel. Like, but yeah, I don't think Bo will get subbed by Paul Craig because Bo Nickel's like top pressure in terms of pause, but his his top pressure in terms of like the grappling is really high level. But yeah, I think he's able to hurt him on the feet and then probably sub him actually. So Trump gets sworn in January 20th. UFC 311 is January 18th, so can't do that. Earliest for Chimaev will be UFC 312 because of Ramadan. Yeah, Ramadan is February 28th, I believe. I believe it's the 20. I gotta look that up. 28th, I believe, right? So don't people are like, oh, we'll just have him fight during Ramadan. No, don't do that. Don't do that because, when you're fasting and stuff like I don't people are like, "Oh, it just helps your weight cut." I'm like, being depleted for so many hours and then it's almost like you're weight cutting for an extended period of time. Your body is just not the same. Don't do that. That puts them at a disadvantage in my opinion. You know what I mean? And also like religious stuff. Like don't people are like people are ridiculous. They're like, "No, he needs to fight during Ramadan." No. No, either before or after. We want a healthy, let them take care of business, religious priority, and then come in and do that. That's ridiculous to have people fight, while they're fasting and doing all that. That's not fair in my opinion. Um, what's up, Union African? How you doing, man? Morning talk, good stuff. Yeah, I've been doing this for a little bit. Some morning talk stuff. Wild that Trump almost won New York. Yeah, I was like predicting. I was like, I felt like he was maybe going to win New York, to be honest. You think they'll throw Tony Ferguson on the UFC 312 card in Los Angeles? Man, I don't want to see Tony fight anymore, man. They should do him versus Nick Diaz instead of Luke. In that happening? Yeah, Nick Diaz versus Luke at UFC 310. God, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. Hamzat will become champ and fight in the US. Yeah, I'm one of those fans, man. I'm not picky on where the cards are. I could really my thing is this. Everyone's like, "Oh, well, it's in the Middle East," or "Oh, it's in Canada, it's in Brazil." You're probably not going, so what the hell do you care? You know what I mean? Like that's just how I think. And I'm like, well, when it's in the Middle East or it's in France or wherever, we get a card during the day. I'm like, this is fantastic. We can watch the fights during the day. It's like college football Saturday. You get to watch the fights during the day, and then I can make my recap at night or whatever. Like it's great to have it all on instead of it being so damn late at night. You know what I mean? So like it's nice to have the switch up. So to me, it doesn't really matter. I mean, obviously, I want cards in the U.S. Like I want them to still be here too. So we do have the opportunity to go. I'm just saying, like I don't think it should be all in the Middle East, all in Brazil, all in the U.S. Like spread it around. I think it's fun that way. You know what I mean? And most importantly to me, you will get the best performance from the big fighters, right? If they're going to like they're going to China coming up. The fight like Yan Xiaonan or who is that? Yeah, Yan Xiaonan, you're going to probably see her at her best. You know what I mean? Like you're going to see like when they go to the Middle East, like you're going to see some of those fight like Shara Magomedov, like they're going to be at their best. They're excited. They're in front of like people that are rooting for them. All I say is we just got to keep it fair, right? You can't have like Alex Pineda, who I think I want to see him and Magomed Ankalaev very bad. Alex Pineda is not going to the fucking Middle East to defend the title. That's a load of shit, right? He's the champion. He's defended multiple times. He should be able to fight in Brazil or neutral ground or wherever. But I love having the events all over and letting everyone get a little bit of because it elevates the fighters, which makes for better fights, in my opinion. Yeah, Ilya does have the style to, if anyone could beat Islam, I do think that it could be Ilya. Not saying he would per se. I think that if he would win, it'd be by KO, but I don't know. They won't have they won't have a Chimaev versus DDP for a fight night though. It'd be a pay per view. They would probably create a pay per view event. I don't think they'd do a fight night for that. Wow, signs of OG. We'll just get rid of you, man. People are crazy. Yeah, I saw some stuff going on with Connor. I don't know what's going on with him. I just know it's always something. So again, don't have any facts, but they should throw Justin Gaethje on 312. Yeah, we'll probably see him middle of next year, I'd guess. What's up, Hees? How you doing, man? You got Stipe winning? I got actually a video dropping here in a little bit about Stipe and John Jones. Tony's not washed; he's dead. Yeah, they need to give Tony like an older person too, man. Like don't give him anybody young and on the rise. Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah, Tony, hasn't won since then. Yeah, or something like that. Yeah, that's crazy. Or he had like one win or yeah. Tony versus Weston Wilson only please. Dude, he'd fuck around and get subbed by Weston Wilson though. He would Weston Wilson would beat Tony Ferguson right now. He would. He would. Maybe TRT Tony. Yeah, that might help. Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying, Klaus. Like, I think Weston Wilson might win that fight. We all saw Chimaev fight during Ramadan, and we saw how that went. Yeah, you're depleted. You're fasting. You're depleted. You know what I mean? Like um, I mean, fasting for as long as you will. Like you're not and even if you do consume the nutrients that you need or whatever, like that's not in those windows. Like you're just not the same. You're not the same energy wise. You know what I mean? How could you? You're kind of like deprived a little bit, and your body's trying to process so much food in like short windows. Like I don't know. I'm on my Wolverine arc. Yeah, I am right now. Do you think Leo was on gear during that Renat fight? Maybe, man. USADA's most wanted. Does Gaethje versus Masvidal interest me at 170? I like that fight. I think that's a great matchup. Striker's delight. I just it kind of just be a fight that they make just for the fans to be fun. And it wouldn't surprise me because did you guys see? This actually caught me really by surprise. Masvidal signed to Dominance MMA. Isn't that Ali's promotion, Dominance MMA? Isn't that his? So you know how he is. He'll try to book his own fighters or his the fighters he manages against each other, so then that way he can make more money. Why would Gaethje take a fight at 170? I mean, maybe for enough money. For money, Gaethje gets paid well by the UFC, man. He always delivers. So saying a fighter should fight during Ramadan is one disrespectful, two weak because you're trying to fight someone when their body is weak. And yeah, like you're fasting, man. Like it's just you're not. Yeah, you want someone at their full strength. Am I happy for Trump? Yeah. Honestly, where is Fazeev at? Like it's been a while. I know, man. I know. I wanted to see him and Oliveira. To be honest with you, I thought that would have been a fun fight because they both got good Muay Thai styles. I think that would be interesting. You think Gaethje would KO Jorge even though Jorge is bigger? I think so too. It'd be a fun fight, dude. It'd be a fun fight. What's up, Anakin? How you doing, man? Gaethje either creates a highlight or becomes a highlight. Exactly, Marco. Exactly. So that's why I'm like he gets paid well by the UFC, dude. Gaethje, 100%. I'm sure he does. Yeah, I wonder if yeah, he must have gotten paid well. And I know Usman and like Masvidal kind of like buried the hatchet and they're like kind of cool now. And so I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, 10-8. Yeah. Masvidal versus Connor. I mean, maybe they booked that. You think Jorge in his prime was overrated? Maybe I'm wrong though. No, I mean, you when you look back on it, did Darren Till have like a great career after like once the downhill started from there? Like, did he have a great career? No, Darren Till was like the guy. I think we look at Darren Till and we're like, wow, he could have been so much better. Then he fought Ben Askren, right? I mean, that hasn't aged particularly well. And then he beat Nate Diaz. Like, as much as I like Nate, you know what I mean? Like, Nate's kind of like a 500 type of dude, 500 fighter. You know what I mean? So but again, that Jorge in his prime, like he was fast, he was fun to watch. Like I enjoyed watching him fight. Masvidal versus Holland, I like that fight, but I don't think they do it though. They're gonna do Jorge against like a big name, or you know what I mean, or like a fight where he's got some beef. Jorge was not that highly rated to begin with, so he wasn't overrated. He just fell apart after COVID. Yeah, he started making a bunch of money, and then I just feel like we didn't see the same dude anymore, to be honest. Ben Ass Cream. Remember that? Was it Michael Buffer for the boxing match when he fought Jake Paul and he called him like Ben Ass Cream or something? Do you guys remember that? That was crazy. The John Anik laugh. Ha ha. I'm trying to move this video back because I have this for um I had this video that I'm dropping today, but I said 12:15, but I'm still live right now, so I was gonna move it back. I'll drop it, or I'll just drop it immediately after the live, though. After the live, I'll drop a video. What's up, New Glow? You seen Gaethje's net worth is 5 million, dude. Gaethje not only gets paid well, probably by the UFC. He's gotten a fight of the night or some sort of bonus every single fight. So say Gaethje has had, what's he had? I'm sure he's had more than 10 fights in the UFC, or he's at least had 10, right? That's 500K off of just bonuses. That's not even like his fighter pay. That's not like the media obligations, sponsorships. 500K for just being entertaining. That is crazy. Like that, I don't know if we'll ever in our lifetimes, like I don't know if we'll ever see that again. Like every single fight with Gaethje, he got a did he get a bonus? Or I don't know if he got a bonus for 300. I don't know if he got a bonus for 300 though. Because I thought that it all went to Holloway, didn't it? Yeah, I don't know. Prime Jorge was so underrated, to be honest. I love this style. Yeah, he got like that bouncy Muay Thai style. I loved watching great kicks. Like that's why when people are like Jorge's the best boxer, and like he's got decent boxing, but he's predominantly a kicker. He's got really, really good Muay Thai technique. He had one of the best pure like rear kicks in the game. One of the best roundhouse kicks in the game, in my opinion. Jorge did. Body kicks were nasty. No, I didn't see Mikey's leaving one. I didn't see that. I didn't see that. Oh, so he did get a bonus for 300. Yeah, he's definitely a Hall of Famer too, I would agree. Justin should have more than 500K in bonus money, to be honest. He has earned the UFC way more than that with his excitement. Dude, and Gaethje's one of those dudes that I've seen that him and Dana, I think, have a good relationship. So I'm sure he gets paid pretty well, Gaethje. And I'm sure he made a lot of money when he fought for the BMF title and when he defended the BMF title. Not bonuses, none of that stuff. Just straight up like, here's what you're getting paid to do this fight. Like, I'm sure the UFC takes very good care of him. But I agree with you. Like, Gaethje is always entertaining. He hasn't been in a boring fight at all. Every fight of Gaethje's has been entertaining. You've loved watching Prime Jorge fight grapplers. He had some of the most complete MMA defense of all time. Yeah, dude, Jorge in his prime, man, even young Jorge, back when he had like short hair and shit, like I loved watching him fight. He was slick movement. He was just not as aggressive, and he never really was sitting down trying to KO people. But he had I liked his style a lot. Very hit and not get hit based. Yeah, that's true. And I'm sure that maybe they gave him 50K bonuses, but gave him even more just because they like him. So I mean, because again, he delivers every time. Justin should be easily worth 10 to 15 million for the money he's made the UFC. Like, I'm not arguing with you. I'm not arguing with you. No, Gaethje versus Strickland wouldn't be boring though. I don't think it would be boring. Because what you need for Sean Strickland, right? So I want to be clear about this. I don't mind watching Sean Strickland fight when you have someone that is willing to move forward and like go after him, like DDP. That's why that was an entertaining fight. That's why you have to have someone like if Costa was the old Costa and pushed forward and tried to like come after him, it would have been entertaining. But the problem is these guys like sit on the back foot and try to play points, and Strickland kind of does that. So then it makes it a boring fight. But if you have someone that goes after Strickland, it makes them fight, and that's what you got to do because his style is hard to deal with. That's the thing. Like guys, Sean Strickland won a world championship with a jab, good defense, an occasional right hand, and a teep. That's crazy. And he has good takedown defense. Even if you take him down, he gets back up. And he's got really good defense, and he's got probably the best jab in MMA. So he's a hard dude to deal with. So, but if you go after him like DDP, it'll make it an entertaining fight. Yeah, Holloway got 600K bonus. Yeah, performance and then fight of the night, I think. What's up, Derek? What's a UFC hot take you die on the hill for? Um, that Prime Elia KO's Prime McGregor. I don't know if that's like a hot take, but I think Elia is way better than what Connor ever was because people are like comparing the two. Strickland would destroy Justin. Come on now, that's a matchup nightmare for Justin. Yeah, Strickland would just beat him to the body with the teeps, pepper him with a jab, and then yeah, yeah. Gaethje's taken a lot of damage. There's no question. Brendan Allen versus Strickland was a good one because Allen came at him. That's what I'm saying. You have the guys that go after Strickland, it'll be entertaining. But if guys that don't push after him, then it makes for a boring fight. Hot take. Ankalaev beats Alex. I think if anybody at light heavyweight's going to do it, it's Ankalaev. That's all I'm saying there. I think that if anyone's going to do it, it would be Magomed because he has fast hands, and that's where Alex struggles. He leaves his hands really low, and he relies on whipping his head out of the way, and doesn't. He utilizes that long guard. He doesn't move his head crazy, and I don't know. I don't know. I think if with his hand speed, he could be the one that can do something. You heard a statement that the UFC pays more than 100K bonus, but says 50K publicly for tax issues. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know on that. I'd love to know though. Everyone has trouble with Strickland's jab and defense. Yeah, he's got the best jab in the sport probably, and his defense is really, really, really good. He's hard to hit clean. I think it was on Rogan. Wasn't Joe Rogan saying that they put like some sort of mouthpiece in Strickland, and he like gets hit the least or something crazy? I'm like, dude, that's nuts. And his style, it's hard to deal with him because he's like moving forward. He stands so straight up that it's very easy for him to check kicks. And then he's got a lightning fast jab, and he just kind of rolls and blocks everything with that Philly shell. He's a hard dude to deal with. What's up, Frankie? How you doing, man? Yeah, appreciate you hopping on here, man. Thanks. I wasn't sure about the beard, but I appreciate it, man. Elia is prime Connor on steroids. Elia has power, elite boxing, solid leg kicks, BJJ, wrestling. Connor wishes he was as good as Elia. I agree, man. I agree. Yeah, I know you're finally here for a live, man. I'm excited. I'm excited. And make sure you guys check out Frankie's channel, man. He does a good job, and he does a good job too. I know a lot of time goes into that with the editing, getting clips from a lot of us in the community to make some fun videos. So make sure you guys check him out. Umar versus Marab. My thoughts. Marab doesn't want that fight, man. He's making it very clear. That's why he's trying to chase down the Sean O'Malley rematch. You know, I don't blame him. It's an easier fight. Umar's the only guy that can beat Marab in the division. I'm like convinced of that. So I don't blame Marab, but he's definitely ducking Umar. And then that's why he gets all mad and all defensive about it because it's the truth. Ngannou beats Habib. He's a heavyweight. DDP said you have to wrestle with Chimaev instead of being completely defensive and shy. I think he's going to try to fight fire with fire. 100%. 100%. I don't know if he can, though. What's up, Dig? Why in other sports do they strip you of all your accomplishments if you pop for steroids? Yet in MMA, they just let it slide 4 times with Jones. Thank you. They just let John Jones slide of everything because he's the GOAT. I got a video drop in here shortly. All right. Talking about Stipe and John Jones. Not a prediction video, but it's my thoughts because people are writing off Stipe. And I go off on John a little bit, all right? Look, John Jones is a great fighter, but I think he's overrated. I do. Watch the Dominic Reyes fight. Watch the Gustafsson fight. Hell, watch the Thiago Santos with no knees in that fight was neck and neck with John Jones. Oh, he took down Cyril Gahn and subbed him in the first round. Yeah, it's impressive. Like, very impressive. Don't get me wrong. Gahn has 0 takedown defense. Daniel Cormier would have beat Gahn. He would have. Don't you guys think DC would have beaten Gahn? I think he would have. What's up, Jack Gotti? There's a rumor that Chandler versus Charles is in jeopardy. I saw that, dude. I swear to God, it better not be, though, because without that fight, that card is complete ass. Complete ass. Yes, I'm very excited to see Mauricio Rufy on 309. Are you excited for the card that's happening this Saturday? No, no. And now that Garbrandt pulled out of the fight, so now I'm really not looking forward to it. I was at least looking forward to seeing Garbrandt versus Johns, and then I mean, no, I'm not. I'm probably going to give myself a weekend rest from UFC, to be honest with you. Yeah, Magny is boring. They should have given Proctest a striker. I agree. They should have given him like Randy Brown or something. Jones is overrated, man. I'm telling you. It's a hot take, but I think he is. John dominated people smaller than him, but as soon as he fought people with his size, he struggled. He beat Daniel Cormier while on performance enhancers, right? So he felt like in order to beat Daniel Cormier, he had to have a little something extra, right? Like John, I don't know, man. I just have, I feel weird about John Jones. Dudes that cheat like hell like that, I have a hard time like legitimizing you. Like, and I want to make sure that I'm clear. John Jones is minus the steroids, minus whatever, unbelievably talented. He's good everywhere. He basically is good at everything in MMA. He is. He's got great wrestling, good submissions, vicious ground and pound, nasty ground and pound, great elbows, great knees, great clinch work, great kicks. The only thing he doesn't have is his hands. His boxing sucks. It's bad. And that's why I'm like, Stipe absolutely, if Stipe can keep the fight on the feet, he's got a chance. But can he keep it on the feet? I don't know. If Stipe shows up, just watch my video. Watch my video that's dropping soon. All right. I feel like I'm pretty entertaining in this video. Members, you already saw the video because I dropped it yesterday. So you guys have already seen the sneak peek. I'm telling you, man, I go off a little bit. So Jalin Almeida would destroy Gon. Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. I think if Jalin Almeida could be meaner and actually like try to actually like be mean in there, he might be the heavyweight champ. Like seriously, he's just not mean. He's like too nice. He's like, I don't want to punch anybody. I don't want to elbow anybody. Like, dude, Almeida, get fucking mean, dude. If you got mean and started landing some nasty elbows on Derek Lewis, you could have gotten him out of there easily. You could have gotten Curtis Blades out of there. Like, I could not believe how easily he took down Curtis Blades. Like, without a problem, he took down Blades. Like, it was nothing. I picked Blades to win the fight because I figured that Blades would probably hurt him on the feet. Couldn't believe how easy he took him down. If he's taking Blades down like that, he's easily taking down Gon. I think Jalin Almeida, like, if he was mean, dude, like, and actually, like, a mean dude, he'd be the heavyweight champ. Seriously. Can Islam beat Jared Cannonier at 185? Maybe, man. John Jones will have a hell of a time with Tom. DC fought young John, but John wouldn't do the same with Tom now. Dude, I'm telling you right now, John Jones and Stipe Miocic are probably both retiring when they fight each other this weekend. None of them want to fight Tom Aspinall. And I don't blame them because for two reasons. One, why would they're old? Like John's also old too. He's been very inactive. What's he going to go? I still give him a chance against Tom Aspinall. Like, I'm not with this narrative that Tom obliterates him. No, John absolutely has a chance. I think that it would be like a 50-50 fight. The problem is, why would they allow, in the event that they lost, why would they allow Tom Aspinall to use their name to elevate their stock? That's what it comes down to for me. Like, why would they do that? You know, like they don't have anything. Like everyone would be like, "Oh, you ducked Aspinall." They'd be like, "I don't fucking care." They had to have kept Aspinall and had him defend an interim title on purpose, man. They just did. They knew that I just feel like they know both of these guys. This is like a thank you farewell to Stipe and John. Fight each other. You both are older. Don't fight the young dudes. Fight each other. Whatever happens, happens. Be gone. Be on with it. That's how I feel. That's how I feel, man. What's up, Woods? How you doing, man? Yeah, dude, I wanted to see Garbrandt fight, though. Yeah, John, I don't know that John needed any of the shit, man. Like, and how focused was he for some of the fights? You know, I said that and people got mad, but how focused was he, you know? Carlos Prates versus Chaos Williams. That was a fight that they were talking about. That would have been a great fight, too. That would have been a great fight. Yeah, I agree. Some fight announcements I'm expecting right now. I'm expecting to hear Islam Makhachev versus Arman Sarukian at some point early next year to headline a pay-per-view early next year. I'm expecting to hear Shavkat versus Usman for the interim title. I'm expecting to maybe hear Colby versus Burns. Who else? In the not too distant future, Chimaev versus DDP or Strickland versus DDP. I'm trying to think, man. Yeah, that's off the top of my head right now. That's what I'm thinking of. Oh, and then Diego Lopez versus Volk. Diego Lopez versus Volk. I think Chimaev could probably beat Almeida. I think Chimaev could beat him. Thoughts on Bogdan? I don't know, man. I thought he was looking pretty good, and then last time I don't know. I don't know. I haven't made up my mind on him yet. Almeida is one-dimensional fighter. He has no stand-up skills. Yeah, I mean, if he could develop his striking a little bit and just be a little meaner, I think he'd be a real problem. He still is a problem, but he'd be a real problem. You think Almeida might be able to take down John? He could. I don't know, though. I don't know. Cody would have lost anyway. I think it would have been a fun fight, though. MVP needs to stop calling out 185ers and fight Michael Morales. Yeah, I feel like MVP at 185 would be interesting, though. But if he fights a guy that has any bit of grappling, he's losing because those guys will be bigger than him and just hold him down. Thoughts on Gary versus Buckley? I like that matchup a lot. I think it's a great fight. I thought either one of them could have slid in for a possible interim title opportunity, but yeah, I mean, Gary's like more precise, more pinpoint, but Buckley's got that Tyson peekaboo style and he's got the power. I could see Buckley KOing him, or I could see him falling into a trap and getting caught by Gary, but I don't know. It'll be interesting. I'm not making a prediction yet. You think the reason the UFC gave Protest Magny is so he can take Magny striking or take his ranking? Yeah, 100%. 100%. That's why they give people Magny for sure. He's the stepping stone to get into the rankings for sure. Jamal versus Yuri, 311 co-main. I like it. I like it. Thoughts on Moreno eating Legos for breakfast? Yeah, it must be working, man, because he looked on another level this past weekend. Yeah, Pavlovich versus Jairzinho. That's a good matchup. I think that Pavlovich gets a KO. Because all Jairzinho really does is sit there and jab and leg kick. So he's got decent power. Obviously, he's a heavyweight, but I think that Pavlovich is going to be too much for him. Ikram has an opponent. Who's his opponent? They gave Ikram somebody? I thought Albazi, if we saw the Brandon Moreno that fought Royval, I thought Albazi was going to win. But I was like, if Albazi shows or if Moreno shows up like the old Moreno, he's probably going to beat his ass. So yeah, MVP fought at International Fight Week against Gary. Ikram versus Andre Muniz. Interesting. Biggie Boy point fight. Sergey won't allow him to point fight and KO him. Yeah, I agree. I don't think that he's going to be able to keep Sergey away from him. But again, I thought the same thing against Volkov. But again, Volkov I think is better than Biggie Boy though, you know. So styles make fights, man. It's styles make fights. That's just at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. Styles make fights. So well, that video I think dropped. I had it scheduled. I thought that it was I had it for after this, but I guess I still went. I'm still live. So yeah, man, that video just dropped. So that I was talking about. We need Pavlovich on the winning column. We do, because he's entertaining. Why is Ian Gary fighting Buckley at Tampa and not Colby? Colby's just, dude, Colby shouldn't be fighting any top contenders. I honestly would rather see Gary versus Buckley anyway. A better fight, better matchup. I don't want to see Colby can't beat any of these top dudes. Give him an old Gilbert Burns or something if Colby's still going to fight. He shouldn't be fighting anybody in the top of the division. Funny how you didn't mention Magomed versus Alex in your fight announcement expectations. So that fight, dude, I've been adamant about that fight. I want that fight to happen so fucking bad, but I just they're not going to do it on short notice for 310 because Poaton's doing movies and all sorts. They're not going to do it. That's not going to happen until probably after Ramadan, honestly. So I don't know. So in terms of early fight announcements, I don't know that that's going to be an early fight announcement. I was hoping, but I don't think we get that fight anytime soon. I think it will be the next light heavyweight title matchup, but I don't think we get it anytime soon. Also, if Stipe and John both retire, they may do Aspinall versus Pineda for the vacant heavyweight title. Or vacant, or because Aspinall's like the interim. They completely mismanaged heavyweight, dude. Give Colby Protez next. Yeah, yeah. Colby versus Renat, yeah. Did I see that Romanov got cut? Oh, Romanov. Yeah, Romanov. Yeah, I was surprised about that because he won. Why are the young contenders, Bo, Peyton, etc., are so inactive? I don't get it either, man. I don't get it either. Like, I thought Peyton Talbot, he finished a fight in like 20 seconds. Why wasn't he back in there next month or 2 months later or whatever? That was International Fight Week. Bo Nickel, very inactive. I forget. I didn't listen to the clip, but I saw apparently he was on like some podcast or doing an interview where Bo Nickel like said why he's inactive. So I don't know why. I think he just likes to enjoy life, or would be my guess. Dustin has a very underrated chin. I agree. I would agree. Everyone wants to fight up. Yeah, that's instead. Yeah, I agree. So you got Nasruddin just fights anybody. Peyton is too busy speed dating instead of fighting. Yeah. Hey, you take the opportunities as you can get them, man. But guys, I'm gonna hop off here. It was great to go live again. I just dropped that video. I thought it was going to be for after this, but I had it scheduled for to go live earlier. So it just dropped. Make sure you check that out. Like I said, if you guys got X or Twitter, follow me on there. I'll follow you guys back. So I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for hopping on here, man. See you next time.